When it comes to you taking naps, it's not always good for you to be chaotic. That's the old us. So now we have to be productive and figure out what we got to do. I'll be in the bed all day. So I'm here to tell you, like, you're going to have to put in that work. And what's up, everyone? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Tatyana Edgeworth, and we're back with another freaking video. But before we go ahead and get started, don't forget to like and subscribe to your girl's channel. Did you guys actually do it? I'm seeing you guys. Everything we talked about will be linked down below, including all of my social media, all of my links for my Amazon storefront. And honestly, we're just gonna go ahead and get straight into it. If you guys cannot tell by the title of this video, we are doing a how to get out of your lazy girl era. And I'm here to tell you because I have all of the credentials. I have been the laziest person in a very long time. And like lately, I've just been so freaking productive. And I feel like I finally got the key of how I did it. So of course, I'm gonna give you the how to get out of your lazy girl era because baby, I know what it feels like to be lazy. And I also know what it feels like to be productive. So we're just gonna go ahead and go with the first tip, which is something I feel like nobody really talks about. Like, you need to know your why. Like, why do you want to stop being lazy? Like, you're gonna need some type of like motivation. A lot of people don't have that. It's very simple. If you don't have a why, you're gonna keep being lazy. Like, if you don't have a whole purpose of why you're being lazy, you're just gonna keep doing it. You need to kind of figure out like, what is your why, and like, why do you want to not be lazy? Is it because you want to make more money? Is it because you want to be more healthy? Is it because you want to implement more habits? Is it because you want to be more social? Like, just understand what is your why so we can start understanding more of what can we do to get out of this lazy era. For me, it was more of money motivation, also social. Like, I wanted to get a side business, which I did. I also wanted to be like very consistent with social media and stuff like that. And I felt like I was just being so lazy, like not posting consistently, not being dedicated, not actually just being motivated enough to do it. But it's like, I was just being lazy. I didn't really know, like, it's like I always had my why, but it wasn't like motivating enough for me to like not be lazy. I'll be in the bed all day, literally just scrolling on social media, just kind of getting caught up in being in a consumer instead of being a provider. And it's like, I'm supposed to be on the other end. I'm supposed to be providing content for people, but yet I'm consuming it, which is okay to consume content. But if you're someone who wants to create it and have people look for you and look up to you, and you are supposed to be setting by example. And I feel like I was being terrible for literally like weeks or months in a row. I was not getting up until like afternoon. Like, I literally will wink one eye up and then I'll be like, okay. And I would stay up to like 2, 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. I was so lazy. And even when I was at night, I wasn't even doing anything. It's like I was barely going to the gym. I was kind of like in this rough, and it's like, how can I get myself out of it? Then I was like, you know what? I just know that my motivation was like, I need to put in that work. And the only way we're going to put in that work is if we look at Leaf by example. For me, it was like, okay, I see people who are literally going off on social media and actually popping off and doing really well, but they're showing up for themselves. So I have to show up for myself. Also, my health was declining. I just felt like I was constantly like just like eating out, not really cooking at home, and just being health conscious. I was just kind of eating whatever, whenever. And I was like, that has to stop because I'm already a big girl. So we can't have bad habits and be big and then complain about being big. That doesn't make any sense. So for me, it was a lot of different things. It was because of my health. It was because of my money. And it also was because of my social life, because I was starting my day so late that I was being a terrible person at showing up for people because I was too busy just being lazy in the morning. So it's something I'm still currently working on now. Don't get me wrong. I'm not perfect at it, but all I know is you need to understand your why in order for you to get up. If you don't understand your why, you're gonna just keep being lazy. That's like someone who doesn't understand their why when it comes to like saving their money or why they want to, you know, pursue a certain social status or whatever situation may be. If you don't have your reasoning, you're just gonna be slipping. Let's just be honest. The next thing I want you to do to get out of your lazy girl era is to set up goals. So that being said, you already know how like the New Year resolutions come around and some people don't do anything. So like, I already know what I'm gonna do. I already know what I want. But like, you guys really don't. At the same time, it's like, okay, well, I want to make more money. But you're not really being in depth of like, how do you want to make more money, or how do you want to be better, or how do you want to lose weight? It's like people just say certain things just because it sounds good, but then actually don't want to put in the work. So I'm here to tell you, like, you're going to have to put in that work. Us being lazy anymore, it's no longer. That's the old us. So now we have to be productive and figure out what we got to do. So that being said, we're going to learn how to set our goals. I like to set my goals personally, like every quarter. It's something new that I started this year and it's going pretty well for me. I feel like I've been like the most productive this year so far because of how I set my goals up compared to the years previously. I would just do like the annual goals. And the only thing wrong with doing your annual goals, when you have them annually, you give yourself 12 months to do it. So I could literally put myself for tasks like, oh, get a certification, get a new job, lose 10 pounds, I don't know, and get a puppy. And if I didn't do any of that until like September comes around, I still tell myself like, oh, I still have, you know, a few more months to get it done before the year ends, right? And I'm like, yeah, like I have 4 months. I think that's 4 months. Like I have 4 months for me to get it done. Like I can go ahead and like, you still think in your head, oh, I have 4 months. But it's like, okay, but you wasted all of those other months of doing nothing, 9 months of doing nothing. And you think like the last 4 months, you're just gonna rubble it all together in this holiday season. Like that's not how it's gonna work. So the thing I do recommend is for you to plan or every quarter or every 12 weeks. I don't know if you guys ever read the book, 12-week work week. I think that's what it's called, but it's a really good book. It's a really good concept. I actually learned about it on TikTok. I did the audio book too, as well to learn about it. So you need to learn how to set your goals. Now, if you are the type of person who likes to set like only annually, that's fine, but just make sure that you're checking in and actually getting things done, reevaluating yourself, and making sure that we're actually working towards our progress and doing things in that way, because we don't want to get lost in the sauce. And I feel like a lot of people do, including myself. So, and it just like, it's easier for you to be lazy that way. Like, okay, well, I have these goals. I have a long time to get it done. And you start procrastinating. And trust me, for a procrastinator person, I am the procrastinator. Like literally in college, I would literally study for a test the morning of, the night before. Like I would do no studying the whole entire time. I would do no extra reading, none of that stuff. And I literally will wait last minute to make sure that it's done, to get it done. For some reason, it worked, but it was like, it gave me high anxiety. And sometimes people like me, especially with ADHD, we strive on chaos, but it's not always good for you to be chaotic. So just keep in mind to set your goals when it comes to knowing what you want to do. Have your why, set your goals, and then we're just going to go on to the next thing, which will be have a good morning routine. Okay, have a really, really good morning routine. This literally sets you up. When it comes to being lazy, it's probably because you're laying in the bed all in the morning, or you're lazy at night. Like you gotta kind of pick and choose your poison, whichever one it may be, but your morning routine matters. Like, are you waking up and scrolling on the phone for hours? Tatyana, you yeah, I'm talking to you who's watching this. Are you literally waking up and scrolling on your phone? Like, it's okay to like scroll for 15, 20 minutes, maybe even 30 minutes. That's fine. It's normal. But are you literally scrolling for like an hour or two? Like that's 2 hours of your time that you could have been working towards whatever your goals are. You decided to scroll and be lazy, and it makes you feel lazy. Like people need to realize, like when you do certain things, like when you implement certain habits, it makes you feel good. Like if you wake up in the morning and you make your bed and you have your coffee or your tea, you know, you eat your breakfast, you go to the gym, like you gotta kind of got things, you read your audiobooks, you do your walks, whatever your situation may be in the morning. We all have our things that we have set up that makes us feel good. Like, cause it's like we already got the time to accomplish things, and then we look at the time, we're like, oh my God, it's noon, and I already finished everything that I had to do in the morning. You feel a lot better. Sometimes when it comes to being in your lazy girl era, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it, that it may be because you're depressed or you're just not motivated. So that being said, like set your morning routine and just have a good routine, especially just being older. We want to be in good habits of just getting up at a decent time and getting our day started, getting everything flowing before we actually start having to like work or having to get our business done or whatever situation it is. You want to make sure that you're putting in that hard work in the morning, just doing everything that you don't want to think about. So put it in automatic pilot. If you don't want to think about making your bed, you got to just kind of get in the habit of it, or thinking about taking a shower. It's kind of like when you brush your teeth, right? Like you don't think to brush your teeth, you just brush your teeth because we're already in the habit of doing it. So when it comes to your morning routine, you got to get the morning routine that's good for you. It doesn't have to be perfect. It could literally be, okay, I got up, I meditated, and I had me a cup of coffee, and then that's it. That's what works for you, but it got you up, it got you going, and that's what made you feel good for the morning, and that's what kept you like, okay, cool, I got that done. So it's hard for you to be lazy when you already set yourself up right in the morning. I know for me, when I get up, it's like, okay, cool, I fed my babies, I ate, I went to the gym, and it's like before noon, I'm feeling great. And people do that like before 9 o'clock. People do that before 7 o'clock, especially if you work in the morning. And I salute you for that. Like I was doing the same thing. I literally was waking up at 5 a.m., 6 a.m. trying to go to the gym just to get it done. Cause like once I got that done and then I went to work, I didn't feel like, oh, like I didn't work out today. Like, oh my God, like there's no excuse. So we have to get out our lazy girl era. We know that we are busy. We know that we have a lot of things going on, but we want to just make sure that we get the things done for ourselves and our body. We always put a lot of stuff out, like for our jobs and feeding people certain things, or, you know, just putting a lot of work in other places, such as like our friends, work, or relationships, or whatever situation may be. Or if you're a mother, you're paying attention to your kids all the time, you're not taking care of yourself. So that's why that morning routine is just for you. Like if the kids sleep in and you do what you got to do, it's just to help you with your mental state. And once you get that done, I promise it helps with the depression if that's what it is, or it helps with your motivation because you get the discipline. If you don't have the motivation, you're going to have the discipline. So that's what matters when it comes to like putting yourself in certain routines. The morning routine is important. It's something I'm still working on, which is why I haven't like posted a video about it or anything like that specifically. But I'm telling you, I see a significantly difference from when I was scrolling and staying in bed until like noon to like now I'm getting up, I'm being productive, and I'm doing everything I want to do. By the time it's the end of the day, everything is done and I'm feeling less stressed and my anxiety is a lot lower. The next thing I want to go ahead and talk about getting out of your lazy girl era is stop sleeping in. Like literally stop sleeping in. That is, stop sleeping in and stop taking these long ASS naps. Like these naps be the death of you, especially like when you're an adult. Let me go on a quick rant real quick. When it comes to you taking naps, like you literally your whole day would disappear. I literally seen a whole meme on social media that was like, and I reposted it too because I felt that to the core, to where you would take a nap and you will wake up and start getting ready for bed. And who wants to do that? Like that sucks. Like literally, like you will A, sleep in, or B, you took a long nap for 2-3 hours. Like really, from psychology class, what I learned in school, that your naps are only supposed to be anywhere between 25 and 35 minutes for you to be like in that REM area. You don't want to be in a deep sleep, but we be knocked the heck out and then be wondering like, oh my God, what happened to our day? Then we're starting to rush and feel like we didn't do anything, and that's when our depression starts coming in, our anxiety starts coming in, because if we feel like we were unproductive. Now, it's okay to have that happen here and there, or like, okay, once a week or whatever situation may be. But if you are constantly taking these long naps or you're constantly sleeping in, there is something like, we got to get out of that. We got to get out of that. You got to figure out what is it that you can do to keep yourself up. It's so hard for me, literally, for me not to take a nap. I know usually for me, when I wake up, I'm pretty productive in the morning. Well, I'm pretty productive, but I'm productive later on in the day. Like I need to figure out like my productiveness. Unfortunately, I am not a morning person, but I'm forcing myself to be one. When it comes to me being productive, I have like this peak of, okay, afternoon time, evening time, boom, I'm running around, going to the gym, doing everything I need to do. And then I get sleepy around like 7 o'clock. And I feel like 7 o'clock is way too close to 9. And technically like around 9-10, you should be in a bed, like especially if you're trying to be a morning person. But like I will crash on the couch and literally sleep from like 7 to like 9 or 7 to 10. Like I'll just crash, and then I wake up like, dang, that's 3 hours I could have been productive, but I crashed. So if you're not the type of person that cannot take these 25-35 minute naps, I know for me, like if I try to wake myself within that 25-35 minute, I feel really drowsy and I cannot get up, like literally cannot get up to save my life. You can call me and it's like I am knocked out. Somebody like me too also have sleeping paralysis. It's a personal thing. I still don't know like what triggers it or what not triggers it. I do know when I get them, when I feel like I overslept or when I took a nap. So I try my hardest to avoid naps. It's something I'm still personally working on myself. But if you're a napper, cut it out. The next thing that I want to go ahead and talk about is planning. When it comes to your tasks and stuff like that, like literally do time blockings when it comes to your plans. Like you can plan stuff in your day, put it in tasks. I use Google Keep personally when it comes to like, you know, shopping and stuff like that. When it comes to like my actual planning, I like to use Google Calendar and just time block. I know when certain things take a certain time, like, okay, cool, it took me 2 hours to do my nails. Let me put it for 3 hours. It's been helping me be productive and stay on task and do things on time because, okay, I'm giving myself a certain time to do it. If not, if I give myself all day to film, I literally will not film till the last minute or wait till the next day and just procrastinate because I didn't actually give me like a time block. Okay, cool, I need to film between 4 and 7. So that gives me that window to do it. It's not like perfect or whatever situation may be. I feel like it's good for me to get tasks done throughout the day and not feel overwhelmed. I personally do not like to put more than 3 to 4 tasks, even though I know small stuff needs to be done. Like the bigger tasks, that's like stuff that should be pushing off, I put that in my calendar so I can actually complete them and get them done. So make sure that you're planning your stuff and get out of your lazy girl era. Just put it in your calendar. I'm telling you right now, like you'll see it, it'll pop up, put a time on it, and then it kind of inclines you to want to get it done. And one of the last things I want to go ahead and talk about is surround yourself around positivity. Like your friends, your peers, like that is what really matters, is that you are surrounding yourself around positivity. If you are around a negative environment, it makes you be negative. So your environment does matter. Make sure you have positive impacts on your social media. You guys are always watching like these comedies and stuff, which is fine. It's fine. Or people in these fights, it's entertainment. I get it. But sometimes, like, if you're single, you're watching relationship stuff, it can put you in this like negative space. So just make sure that what's going to help you keep yourself out of that lazy girl era is watching videos like this. Honestly, look up videos like, and it helps you be productive, especially like in the morning. Just put the podcast on of whatever you want to learn about. If you're into fiction, put on fiction. If you're into personal finance, put in personal finance. If you're into content creation, whatever you're into, just put that in and indulge it, and then do that while you're doing another task. Like double stack it up. Okay, cool. I like to watch anime, so while I'm on the treadmill, I'm going to watch anime, and that's my positivity for me. And I'm still being positive, doing what I gotta do and making sure I'm taking care of my health while still indulging in something like that. Or in the morning, okay, cool, let me put on a health and finance type of podcast to start my day, to kind of keep me going, just to keep it in my mind. It's kind of like a trick for me. Like, okay, cool, if I watch it now, then I'm already consuming it in the morning. It motivates me to kind of keep it going, compared to like, okay, watching stuff that's like drama shows or K-dramas or something like that. You want to just make sure that you're always implementing like positive things in your life. Your friends are positive, making sure that you're being positive, because it's going to help you get out of your lazy girl era. Like, you want to be motivated, and you got to kind of figure out like what keeps you motivated. And I'm telling you right now, these podcasts is certain music. Like I'm telling you, I like to listen to reggae music and get it popping, you know, my little Afro beats, my little old school, like whatever that makes you happy. Like, just put that on in the morning, consume that and be that, and it's gonna make you feel more motivated to stop being lazy. I'm telling you right now, like that's gonna work. Literally watching this video now, you could be watching this video doing dishes, and that's making you less lazy, because I'm motivating you right now. Like, okay, cool, after I'm done with this, baby, I'm about to do the dishes, because I just know that's something I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna watch something motivating. Just know you are who you surround yourself around. So if you're around a whole bunch of negative people, you're going to be negative. So remember to always surround yourself around positive people and do positive things, and you will start to feel better in life and get out of that lazy girl era. Get yourself in these healthy sports and these different hobbies, and do whatever that's going to make you happy and make you not lazy, in order for you to start being more disciplined and more motivated, for you to be able to get up and you're just gonna have to do it. I'm just gonna keep it real with you. You're just gonna have to do it. Get into the habit. It may seem mundane at first, but eventually you're going to love it and just get in the habit. It's gonna be fine. Like when I go to the gym, I'm like, oh, I gotta go to the gym today. It's like a habit. Okay, boom, done. Like, yeah, I gotta go to the gym today, but once it's done, it's done. And last but not least, I'm gonna go ahead and tell you that take one step at a time, babe. Take one step. It's okay. It's literally okay. Like, you do not need to be perfect. You will have your lazy days. Being a lazy girl is not always bad. It's okay. Just know to always step back. It's like, you know, a diet. You know, we're gonna crack and we're gonna eat that pizza that one day. That doesn't mean that we're a bad person. It just literally means that we got a chance to bounce back up. So if you're being lazy now and you're watching this and you're eating potato chips with ice cream, it's cool. Just know tomorrow, bounce back. Like, there ain't no, oh, Monday, I'm gonna start again on Monday. Literally, no. Next day, next hour, just bounce back. We take one step at a time. Literally, when I have my lazy days with working out, I don't always fully go in the gym and go crazy. I just go walk on the treadmill. Literally just walk. Sometimes I don't burn enough calories, but I still move my body, and literally I just literally take one step at a time. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you guys want to talk about anything else or any other tips about getting out of your lazy girl era. I really enjoyed making this video. Again, my name is Tatyana Edgeworth. Don't forget to like and subscribe to your girl's channel. Comment down below your favorite thing. And if you have any tips for me personally or anything that you want me to talk about, just let me know in the comment section. And I cannot wait to see you guys next video, okay? Bye. Finna put on the wrist. Just a drop of the X. On the show, gotta keep you a gun. I'm not a regular bitch. Fucking hope by the weekend reminds.